did you want to keep talking me through how you're balancing your work and your study life?
So basically just when I get home from work and after I've prepared the evening meal and everything, then I normally have to think about what I've got to do for assignments and looking ahead at my travel, because I have to fly over to Perth for
the course. Wow, is that is the university's in Perth?
Perth. Yeah,
wow.
so I've got usually a couple of teaching blocks per semester that I have to fly for. So
that's crazy. And how long would you be away from home during that time and from work?
So usually each teaching block is either 3 days or 1 week.
Yep.
So so that's usually the longest that I'll be away from home.
That's a lot still. So you're working full time.
Working full time and
yep.
then taking 2 units per semester part time as well.
That's incredible. Well done for being able to juggle all of those things.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a challenge. But,
how do you find that when you are coming home and you're still having to do all of these other, I suppose, mundane household things?
Yeah, it can be quite tiring, but I try and switch off from work as much as possible. There's still some things that go through your mind from work that you've got to try and switch off of. And then put your head into study mode, and then also balancing family life, so just making sure I've got time for hubby and time for kids. So
definitely. And how has work been with you studying at the same time? Have they been accommodating?
Yes, they've been supportive and do allow me time off, that they allow me study leave time, which is good. So that's been helpful because it's all directly related to my role at work.
Okay, so this is further development, is it? Yep.
Just to enhance skills that are going to be beneficial to the department and to the hospital. So
that's good. So it is beneficial for them to let you go and do this.
Absolutely. And then I also train other staff when I get back on just just what the information that I can give to them. I'm able to provide a bit of training in house as well.
So you've got all of these responsibilities on top of each other. Do you have weekends off normally? Do you have a day to yourself?
Weekends is usually quite busy catching up on things around the house that I need to do. So not a great deal of downtime, just, me time, I suppose. So that's something I guess I need to try and fit in there somewhere.
It's definitely important, especially when you are juggling so many different facets of your life, and it sounds like you are a key stakeholder in all of these different areas as well, so definitely important to make sure you are taking that time for yourself. When you do that, what sort of things do you like to do?
Well, I haven't had much of it. I did actually take a holiday recently because I needed to take time from work. They told me that I had to take some time off. So I did do a nice little trip. Unfortunately, I felt bad that I wasn't able to bring my husband with me because he didn't have any time off work. But I was able to take some time out in nature and
whereabouts did you go?
I went to Canada. And then I went to Alaska as well on a cruise. So
And how did you find that? Were you travelling by yourself?
Just by myself.
Wow, how incredible!
Yeah.
Did you find yourself doing things that you wouldn't have done if you had have gone with someone else, or?
I probably did a fair bit of walking. And sometimes my husband's not always into lots and lots of walking, things like that. But most of the things I think I would have done the same if he was with me. So I just felt bad that he wasn't there.
Oh, I'm sure he would have understood.
Well, he was very supportive and knew that I needed a little bit of a break from work. So he was very supportive of that.
And leading up to that break that you had, how were you sort of feeling about everything before you were leaving?
As in the work stresses and that sort of thing. I definitely knew it was time that I needed that bit of a break away from work. And when I was away, I must have completely forgotten about everything with work, because when I got back I'd forgotten my passwords that I needed for the computer.
Oh no!
So I think that's a good sign that my brain really switched off.
Which is good. It sounds like you needed it.
Yeah.
And what sort of things did you notice in yourself when you were leading up to that point where you were really like, I need this time off? What sort of key indicators, I suppose, did you notice?
Yeah, I think just not sleeping as well as what I could, because a lot of particularly the issues that with the colleague and that sort of thing, a lot of that sort of did crown my mind a little bit.
Yeah, so it was affecting your sleep, the situations at work. Okay.
Yeah, so just not knowing, I suppose, with that, how to switch that off at times.
Yeah, which can definitely be difficult. A lot of us make the mistake of bringing work home with us, and it's hard to kind of switch off that button. And if you are having to do more work with your studies when you get home, and it's the similar sort of area, it's definitely going to keep playing on your mind if you're looking at things that you would go, oh, I would be doing that with that person, and those sorts of things. Did you find it took any other sort of physical effects, the stress from that, or?
I guess just fatigue because of the lack of sleep and that sort of thing. Definitely sort of affected it. And then when I went back to work from my first week back, and then a lot of those issues, of course, were still there when I got back with being called upon all the time to try and sort of step in the middle between these people. It's sort of back to square one, I guess, in some respects.
Nice to have the break, but it also didn't solve the problem.
That's right.
Yeah. Is there avenues that you can take to speak to anyone at work about the issues that you're having with this colleague? Or
I guess I'm struggling to know who to talk to, and I feel like if I go to my boss, then because his relationship isn't good with her, that
it's a bit biased.
A little bit, and I think that I'm just a little bit stuck there. Something I've got to consider a few things, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. Well, going forward in our sessions, what are you hoping to gain out of them?
I guess maybe just a bit more, self-reflection, trying to get some things, I suppose, more in my head about what I can do differently. How I can try and make a little bit of downtime for myself. And just trying to find some strategies.
So just a better work-life balance, and then that perspective.
Absolutely.
And self-reflection, I'm sure you would, being in your role for so many years, you would be doing quite regularly as well, to have stayed there for so long. So it's a skill that we're always constantly learning. What sort of things do you do now that you find yourself reflecting on, and you were wanting to change or wanting to improve on?
I suppose, like, I do a fair bit of self-reflection on my work role, because that's something that I do. Anyway, but I think as far as just, whether it's trying to plan more of, factor in some of these outside tasks and making better time for them. So whether it be more, utilising my diary better, just putting aside certain time for certain tasks and then switching them off, rather than having,
everything, all the tabs open.
Yes.
Being
very guilty of that. So just having certain time for certain tasks, and even coming down to assignments and things, just saying I'm just going to have this much time for it,
and then I need to stop.
I do tend to overanalyse, and I think the longer I've got something, I tend to go back and change and want to improve it.
And do you find yourself doing that quite often with your assessments before you submit them as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
If I've got 3 weeks to do it, I'll take every minute of that 3 weeks to get it finished. And there's always things at the end that I think, I could have done that, or I could have done that. Well, it shows good passion as well for what you're doing, that you're taking that much pride in it, but definitely being able to set that time aside and go, no, this is all it's taking me to do this to a good standard, and now I need to focus on something else, or focus on myself. Definitely important. Because I do tend to set quite high expectations. As well, which I think, I've got to take a step back from that and just be happy with, it doesn't have to be 95% or 100%, that I should be happy with, a good pass and know that I've done my best, rather than trying to be, extremely high achiever, even though it's good to have high goals. I think when you've got so much else going on in your life, to have those expectations is a little bit unreasonable in some respects.
And it puts a lot of pressure on yourself as well.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah. So how would you feel if you did kind of take a step back and you did only have maybe like a pass grade? How would that make you feel?
I'd be challenged by it.
Yeah.
But I think that, you know, at some point it has to happen.
Yeah.
Just to, you know, maintain the normal level of stress, not a higher level of stress.
Yeah, definitely. And in planning out your work and your like diary and everything like that, are you feeling like you might have to factor in these distractions from your work colleague? And
I'm still struggling there.
Yeah.
I don't know how I can. I think possibly because I know that like days when she's on her day off, I get lots and lots of work done.
Yeah.
So whether or not I have, you know, maybe a little bit more time in my little clinical treatment room where I don't have as many distractions and still know that she can sort of call on me if she needs to, but
you've got that sort of wall in between you where she has to think about it for a second.
Sort of for her to do a bit of self-reflection.
Exactly, yeah.
And try and, you know, get through what she can do for herself.
Yeah.
And then
leave that sort of self-reflection door open for her.
So there's a fine line between being supportive for someone and sort of taking
and
over.
Facilitating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Have you ever thought about having a chat with her about these sorts of things, or have you already done that? Or
I haven't directly because I feel like that's a little bit tricky. Yeah. But I have spoken to a colleague who's also she sits near me as well. And she's known this other colleague for many years as well, and we both sort of, I suppose we're a little bit of a support for each other. That you know, we know that this other colleague's going through a tough time. And that we're sort of just a bit of a sounding board for each other.
To let yourself get the frustration out.
Because she does similar things to this other person as well.
So it's not just you feeling it in the workplace,
no.
It's a few others as well.
Exactly. Exactly.
And what have they said to you about things that they've done to maybe combat it?
There was one instance where I think she said to this other person, that's it, that's all good, I'm going for the day. So she just basically shut her down. But yeah, she said I just had to. She said she just kept going on and on, and I had to leave for the day, or I was already an hour late from work. So
oh my goodness.
So that's all she could do. That's all she could think to do was just. I don't think it was as abrupt as what it sounded like. It was more just.
Enough
I'm sorry,
for her to know.
I've got to go.
Yeah. Exactly. Do you think she would have picked up on that sort of social cue, or she would have thought nothing of it?
I think when her head is in that space, she will just keep going on, and sometimes not necessarily hear even the advice or the thoughts that other people are giving her. It's just her focus is in that one space.
In that negative headspace. And you said she had gone to counselling on her own for similar issues. You're not sure whether that's ongoing or not?
I don't think it is ongoing. I don't know, she's had a bit of time away, and you know, she regularly calls in sick and that sort of thing as well. So
do you think that's like a physical sick, or is she maybe a little bit
stressed? Definitely stressed.
Is there any sort of services that your work can provide for her or for yourself as well?
Yeah, she has been to those, but I don't think it's my place to be asking her too much more about that sort of thing. I think she's just in two minds. She wants to retire, but she doesn't want to lose that identity, so she's just struggling a bit with that. Yeah,
definitely. So we've definitely identified your work stress, your study stress, home life. Home life is, how is that for you?
Great.
Yeah.
Home life is good. I just wish I had a little bit more time to spend with with the other half,
Yeah.
especially on the weekends, because
Yeah.
he works most of the time on a Saturday
Okay.
and only has a little bit of a break on a Sunday.
Yeah, so that's kind of your sacred day together.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So yeah.
That's good. It's good to have those things in place.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we know we've got the issue with your work colleague who's coming to you with a lot of problems and a lot of her own sort of issues that she's projecting onto you.
Yes.
And these are getting to a point where they are physically affecting you in your sleep. Does it affect your appetite or anything like that as well? Or
Sometimes I eat a little bit more if I'm stressed.
yeah,
So that's
I
not
think we're
helping
all
my
guilty
waistline.
of that.
So that's not helping my waistline.